Hello, in this video we're going to talk about how to do a free criminal background check in North Dakota. So to get started, visit northdakotapublicrecords.org. I'll have a link in the description you can click on, or just type this into your browser. Now, on the homepage, you will notice quite a few databases. These are public resources available in North Dakota, but in this video, I'm going to focus on criminal and arrest information, and particularly how you can find it without paying any money. So let's start from the beginning as to how a criminal record is created. So let's hover over other records and click on inmate search. And so typically a criminal record starts at an arrest. So a police officer or a sheriff's deputy arrests somebody, and then they end up charging them with a particular crime. And so a lot of times the person will get arrested and taken to a local jail where they will get booked, fingerprints taken, picture taken, and they will either post bail and sometimes go right away. Sometimes they get released. Sometimes they get kept, depending on the situation, in jail until they see a judge. But eventually somebody will have to see a judge. So some of these arrest records can actually be found. A lot of the counties, sheriff's departments will provide a database where you can research this information. Now, not all of them will keep all the records. They will slowly eliminate the older ones. If an arrest record is truly needed, like, you could actually just do like a custom public record request at like a local police station or the sheriff's department. So but by law, this information has to be released, depending again on how sensitive the case is. And so you have quite a few sheriff's departments that will actually let you look at the inmates within a jail. So they have inmate rosters that they update, things like that. So okay, so the arrest happens. Like, next thing that has to happen is somebody will have to go see a judge. So this is where you can actually get that criminal information data. This is what background checks are made of, court records, pretty much. So if there isn't too much information regarding the arrest, if you can't find it at the like a local sheriff's department, just move on to the court records. And so what North Dakota has is they have the three different courts here: Supreme Court, you got the District Court, municipal courts, and they will each deal with a particular type of a court case. So for instance, District Court will do felony. They'll do like lesser level crimes. You have municipal will do Class B type of crime, so less level crimes, traffic, things like that. So these will be the two courts that typically you're going to do most of your research in. And what North Dakota has is they have a system where you can research based on location. So wherever the arrest happened, actually you can just select state of North Dakota and just try to search the whole state. And you can search by name or even a business if you're trying to look up a business. Or if you wanted to, you could research maybe by a particular county, by a particular area. And you have options for criminal, traffic, civil, things like that. And this database can be researched for free as long as you have the information. There's quite a few cases like felonies, lesser level crimes. Like, there's quite a few things you could research. And this information is right there, available to the public anytime they need it. So another thing to consider is, after the court, the individual will either be found guilty or not guilty. And so they will either, sometimes if they are guilty, they'll pay a fine. And you can find that information using the court records. Sometimes if they have to serve time, if it's under 12 months, typically it'll be like at a local jail. If it's over 12 months, these are typically more serious offenses. They will have to go to a prison, and those facilities are controlled or managed by the North Dakota Department of Corrections. And so they have their own database. So you can come in and I'm just going to type in a random name. You can come in and look up information, and you got a name, you got a facility that they're in, date of birth, release date, things like that. Not too much information, but there is at least still something there. If you really needed to look into a particular individual, again, you can go use court records for that. But you do have a way, it's a free database, to look up prison records as well. So another thing to consider is to use the name search on top. And what this does is it looks at public records, court records, real estate information, financial information, criminal information, arrest information. It also has access to public, some private databases, for instance, cell phone information, previous addresses, things like that. But it doesn't just look within the state of North Dakota, it looks outside the state too. So it pulls records from multiple states into a single search system, giving you like a nationwide look into someone's criminal background and other databases as well. So why is it important to consider? People do move around nowadays, especially. And so let's say they have a record in North Carolina, for example, or maybe in Ohio, and now they're living in North Dakota. If you're just checking local records, you're not necessarily going to catch what happened in North Carolina or in Idaho. So if you want to make sure you have your bases covered, you're looking at more information. It's a great tool to have in your background checking, especially criminal background checking arsenal. So with that said, visit NorthDakotaPublicRecords.org. Come on down and get started on your free criminal background check in North Dakota. Thanks.